If you're trying to cut soda but still want something fizzy, this is such an easy swap. It's called water kefir, and it's way simpler than it sounds. You only need a few ingredients, and once you get it going, it basically keeps making itself. So let's get into it. I have everything laid out here that we're gonna need to make water kefir. I bought mine from this company called Cultures for Health. I've bought things from them before. Incidentally, I also got a milk kefir one that we will be doing. It does take a little longer though, so stay tuned for that. The things that we need to make the water kefir are the starter grains, also known as kefir grains, and sugar. Oh, and water, like a filtered water. This has great instructions on here that walk you through everything that you'll need to activate the grains, because that's step one, and that will take about 3 days. And then after that, it's just a 24-hour at minimum process to actually have your finished water kefir. So we need a jar to mix things up and let the grains activate, a measuring device, a ring to go on the lid. I'm also going to have some kind of fabric here, and then I just have a bowl to measure my sugar. So the type of water that we will need, it says needs to be free of chlorine and fluoride. So they want you to use spring water. I have reverse osmosis water with minerals that get added back in. I'm going to try that and hopefully it works. Into the water, I know this looks brown. This is organic cane sugar, but this is 4 tablespoons, which is 1/4 cup. And a 1/2 cup of hot water. And I think we're dissolved. I want to say this little card is so nice. Look, it's one back to back. So they have the activation on one side and then how to actually make the kefir on this side. It's so concise. So many things just get way too wordy, which honestly just kind of loses me a little bit. So I like that it is super short and direct to the point. And there's a QR code that gives you all of these other helpful things. I'm definitely going to go check out the recipes. Troubleshooting, storing the grains. So once you activate these, if you didn't want to keep them going, how you would store them properly. I wonder about that with the milk one too, because the milk one seems to be, it's like you're not just adding water, you're actually continuing to add milk, which is more costly than water, on a pretty frequent basis. So I'm going to go ahead and add enough water here until we get to 3 cups. I believe that's what we're supposed to do. No, we're just supposed to add 3 cups. So in total, this will be 3.5 cups. I just got this filled up, and I will say these jars, this particular jar came from Walmart. I think it's the Mainstays brand. I have been really impressed. I bought it last fall. I had to buy it for something because I ran out of jars, and I love it. I love the jars themselves. I love the lids. Okay. These look weird. Like what is, I don't even know what this is made out of. So those are the grains. And apparently they're supposed to turn translucent once they are properly activated. Okay, that's it. They're probably only total a couple tablespoons or so of that. The last thing we need to do is simply cover it. You can use a coffee filter if you have it. I'm just going to use this super thin cloth because I know my ring will just go right over it. Okay, that's it. This just sits for 3 days. It says after 3 days, the grains should be plump and translucent. We're going to look for that, and we'll see you back. Today is the 3rd day, and I think the water grains are activated. Let me see if I can get a better shot. This is what we have. I think they look rather unpleasant. However, we're just going to keep moving forward. So we've got, I'm hoping that they're done. The only thing that makes me a little tentative is back here, we have the milk going, which is in a separate video that I'll link in the description and in the corner of the screen on this video. That took a little longer to do the initial phase. And I think it's because our kitchen's a little chilly. So I'm hoping that this activated even though it was basically in the same conditions as the milk kefir. So these should be fully activated. We're going to do the same process, add a 1/4 cup of sugar to a 1/4 cup of hot water, add it to our new jar, 3 cups of cold water, and then put the water kefir grains into the new jar. This, after 24 hours or so, should turn cloudy. If it doesn't, it says to wait another 24 hours. So let's go ahead and get the new batch mixed up. So we've got our 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of really hot water in this. I just got that added. Then we'll stir that until it's all dissolved. And it is dark because it's unrefined cane sugar. So I'm gonna put that in the jar. And now I'm gonna go ahead and add 3 cups of cool filtered water to this jar. Now what I need to do is I need to pour off the water for this. This is like weird. It's kind of like grayish, brownish. It's like a glob, but I'll tell you what, it does smell a bit like kombucha. So I think it worked. So from what I understand, if you just keep the fermentation times low, the cooler temperatures, which is actually good in my kitchen because I think my kitchen tends to run a little cool, that also will encourage more bacteria versus yeast. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on. This should be just a 24-hour process, like I said, to get cloudy. And then after that, try to do a second quick ferment with this, maybe just like a 10-hour or so to try to build up some carbonation. We'll make a recipe and see how it turns out. This is after 48 hours. The 24-hour timeline on this, I just didn't think it was like cloudy. Yeah, there was a little bit of murkiness, but it wasn't like anything like this. I think this is what we're looking for. Plus, as I stir it, I taste it, and the first like day, it was just a really sweet, kind of like a sugary taste. And then it slowly started to change, but I'm fairly certain that this is now tasting the way it's supposed to taste. So let's go ahead and get all of that out of there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make like a little carbonated juice. I have some homemade cranberry juice, my very last jar that I've kind of been savoring, or rather holding on to. And I think this is the perfect time to crack it open. And I have a couple jars here. I'm probably just gonna fill into here because what happens is a bunch of the bubbles that are just escaping out of this cloth, we're gonna trap them in here, and that's where you get the carbonation. So I'm gonna keep it pretty low because I don't want anything, crazy to happen. I'm probably gonna put in about 2 to 3 tablespoons, and then we'll fill up with this. Now the kefir grains, we are going to separate out and get a new batch going, just so that we have a continuous supply. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. These will sit until the morning. So it's kind of like late evening, mid to late evening. We'll check them in the morning and see how the carbonation looks. Aside of this, you've seen everything that I'm gonna be doing with this, and we're just gonna do this additional step to see if we can make a fun recipe with the water kefir.